What's going on, fam? It's your boy Lazy Lightsaber back at it again for another one today. So today's a banger, so go ahead and smash that like button. We're going to be talking about Switch and COD. Yes, COD for the Nintendo Switch. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have a message from Phil Spencer, and he's saying on Twitter, specifically, Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to the Nintendo Switch, bringing the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people, however they choose to play, at ATVI underscore AB. So there you have it. Can you imagine having a COD on Nintendo Switch? We haven't had a COD on Nintendo since the Wii, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am mistaken, please let me know in the comments below. I know there's been one on the 3DS, but that's trash. We're not going to count that. Or maybe it was good, but I skipped over it. Completely glossed over that game. But we're talking about COD on the Switch. Now, is there a reason that COD hasn't been on the Switch? Has Activision Blizzard just been blind and glazed over the Switch and said, no, it's not? I think there's a lot of things that come into play here. I think if they were to make a Switch COD, it would be a COD specifically for the Switch. There would definitely be no crossplay because it would be completely different. It would be completely different because each one of these games, I don't know if you know this, guys, but each one of these games runs at least 100 gigs. Literally, anywhere from 80 to 100 gigs, sometimes more, because you download more content when more downloadable content is available, or if you buy it, or if you purchase extra stuff, or any type of extra content that you're downloading for the game, it adds to that. So you can inflate this easily to 120 plus gigabytes of memory. And the Switch comes stock. If you get the OLED, it comes stock with 64. If you get the regular, 32. And then you have your SD cards, which the majority of people are rocking maybe 128 gig. If you're crazy like me, you'll rock a 400, or if you're a lunatic and you're just awesome like that, you'll rock that 1 terabyte. But chances are you're going to be rocking, if you are your casual gamer, which is going to be the bulk of the people who play COD, are going to be your COD, your casuals, which will have maybe an SD card of 128 gigs or so inside. I mean, and that one game can take up that whole and you won't be able to, I mean, you may be able to sell cartridges for it, but what, for like 8 gigs, and the rest of the game is going to be downloadable anyway, so you might as well get it off for the eShop because you're not gaining anything. So I think those things have held the Switch back from getting COD, and I think the way that Activision Blizzard was looking at it is, let's cut our losses. There's a huge base on Xbox and a huge base on Sony with the PlayStation, and then we can just go ahead and hit up those markets. And then boom, the Nintendo Switch came out, sold like hotcakes, and everybody has one. Is on pace to probably be the best-selling hybrid, actually the best-selling console period of all time, home console or hybrid, handheld, etc. It may go out to beat the PS2 and just become the GOAT. But it's already hitting ridiculous numbers and has already become Nintendo's best-selling console of all time. So there's that, right? Again, yes, there's some handhelds that may have numbers on it, but we're talking about console. And this kind of fits that mold because it's both, handheld and on dock. But for the purposes of this argument, for the purposes of the point that we're trying to make, we're going ahead and say that. So can you imagine having this? Now, of course, they're trying to push this deal through. So if you've been living under a rock, Microsoft has acquired, or is attempting to acquire, Activision and Blizzard. And Sony has been the biggest company against this merger because they feel as soon as that happens, Microsoft will immediately put COD on their Game Pass, and effectively killing that huge, player base that's on the PlayStation. Because let's face it, casuals will buy COD for, will buy a console just for COD. So if they are like if everybody views them as the console to play COD, I'm just going to keep it real. They're going to go with Xbox. You know what I mean? And that's definitely going to put PlayStation at a disadvantage, which that's the case that they're trying to make. I don't know if I buy that so much, because the Switch, look how well it's done, and it doesn't have a COD game. You know, the Switch is pushed by exclusives and third-party support, and that's what PlayStation can do. But I also understand that as a gamer, as just a consumer, I would want my options to be open. And I would want, if I have a PlayStation 5, I do want to have the option of playing COD as well. So I understand both sides of it completely. And I understand why now Microsoft is doing this, because they're saying, hey, we give a 10-year deal that we're going to make this game on all consoles, right? So they're going to make a 10-year deal with Sony, a 10-year commitment with Nintendo, and say, hey, we're just going to sell COD on your consoles. Now with Nintendo, they don't say the Switch specifically, they just say Nintendo, because I think they're looking at more next generation. I think that's where they're going to aim. I don't think the Switch is going to get COD. So there's your answer as far as, is the Switch getting COD? I think no. Will Nintendo get COD again? Yes. If this deal goes through, it would be because they made a commitment to ensure that COD goes to other platforms, including Nintendo and Sony. So there you have it, folks. That's a complete wrap up of this whole thing. Let me know in the comments below if you think this is going to go through, and if it finally goes through in Europe and here in the States, do you think that they will honor their commitment and basically, bring COD over to the Nintendo platform? That would definitely be awesome, and we would be at that point on the verge or already in the lifespan of a new generation for the Switch 2 or Switch Pro, whatever they're going to call that thing. It's not going to be Switch Pro, but whatever Switch variant they're going to bring out that's going to have hopefully way better graphics. But yes, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and on TikTok at lazylightsaber.com. Can you imagine we getting a trailer of COD, and then at the end we have a Nintendo Switch end screen to let you know it's coming to the console? Take care.